see that we falling off lately. Maybe we just ain't been on the same page. In my mind, I'm done fighting. In your heart, you keep trying.
Hi you guys, it's your girl Kennedy Anaya, and we are back with another video. This video today is a different type of video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a detailed routine of my soft glam, full soft glam. We're going to go over products, placement, all that type of thing. So if you want to see how you can achieve the flawless glam like this, please stay tuned. Alright you guys, so my first step to my soft glam, one thing that is the key to makeup is skincare. I've already done my skincare routine for the day, but skincare is the most important part of your makeup, literally. So I'm gonna just add a little bit of extra moisturizer to my face before actually getting into the full makeup session. So alright, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of the Pond's moisturizer, nothing major, just a little bit on my face. And if y'all want a skincare routine, please just let me know. Next, we're gonna go ahead and go in with our brows. So the first thing that I use for my brows is the e.l.f. brow gel. This right here is a brow lift, my bad. This right here is like an Anastasia dupe for the brow freeze. And I'm just gonna take this Sephora eyebrow brush. I just like to run that through my brows. And this just kind of laminates your brows, make them, all your hairs flow in the same direction. Okay, so I like to take my spoolie part, and I like my front part of my brows to go upward a little bit. It just kind of makes the brow look a little bit more natural, and then I kind of come around the tail end of it. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're gonna push up a little bit, kind of feather them out. And then to lay down those extra hairs, you just kind of run like that. And there we go. We have laminated brows. Next, I use a little bit of powder on my brows just to kind of set them in place. You're gonna take the Dermablend translucent powder. Usually I use Dermablend. I use One Size. One Size is my favorite powder. I'm also going to be doing a video on Sephora recommendations, so that video should be up before this one. If you haven't seen the Sephora recommendations video, I suggest you stop and go check it out and then come back to this video. And I'm just going to tap it over my brows very, very lightly just to set everything in place. Now our brows are set. Now we can move to the brow pencil. So when it comes to brow pencils, it's only two brow pencils that I really, really like. So the first brow pencil I love to use is the Precisely My Brow by Benefit Cosmetics. I have the shades 5 and 6. And I also like to use Morphe's brow pencils, the two darkest shades basically. Today we're going to be using the Precisely My Brow pencils, and I'm going to start with the shade 6, which is the darkest shade, and I'm going to just trace the bottom of my eyebrow. And of course they don't look perfect, they're not going to look the best at first, but we're going to do all the cleaning up that we need to do. Go in and we're going to conceal them. Okay, so to conceal my brows, I like to go in with two concealers, both being by Too Faced Born This Way concealers, and I like to mix the shades Chai and Latte together to get the perfect highlighted shade under my brows. And for my concealer brushes, I like to use paint brushes. I don't know what it is, it just they have like a flat like look to them. But I like to start in the arch part first, and you just kind of trace the bottom part of your brow. And then I drag that product on down to the lid. Just do not use white. Let's be honest, do not use white concealer under your eyebrow. And I'm gonna do the same thing for the other brow. And I like to connect them in the middle. That just lets you know that they're even. And a little bit goes a long way. You really don't need much concealer. I'm gonna take a blending brush. We're gonna take this Morphe M173 brush here. You can get this from Ulta Beauty, and we're just gonna blend all of that out. I like to take the concealer that's in the middle and kind of just disperse it in the front of my brows just to kind of make them a little faded in the front. Now we have brows. I'm gonna take a little bit of translucent powder and I'm gonna kind of set this in place. And there we have it. We are all set. I used to be a girl who used to do my eyeshadow first. It really all depends on what look I'm doing. If I am doing a look where it requires a whole bunch of color, where it requires a whole bunch of detail, I am going to do my eyes first. But when it requires something simple, when I'm just doing one shadow or a soft glam or just like a smoky eye, I really just go ahead and do my face first. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our foundation or our base of our makeup look for today. Okay. So for primers, we are going to be using one size. I am a one size girly. I love one size. I love Patrick Star. Patrick Star is literally like one of the best brands. So we're gonna use the Secure the Sweat primer, and we're also gonna use the Secure the Blur primer. We're gonna go in with the Secure the Sweat first. You're just gonna take a dime size, just like this, and you're gonna warm it up in your fingers, and you're just gonna press into the areas where you sweat. So I'm gonna do my forehead, nose area, because that's where I sweat the most, like so, like that. So we're gonna go ahead and go in with the one size Secure the Blur, and I'm gonna just put that on the remaining parts of my face where we did not put the Secure the Sweat. And now we are all primed. So now we're gonna go ahead and go in with our foundation. So for foundation, we are going to use the NARS Soft Matte Foundation. I love this foundation. It's definitely full coverage. Hopefully it's not too dark, because it is kind of, my skin has kind of gotten lighter and I haven't worn makeup in forever, so I'm gonna just do a little bit on my face. I am going to take this BH Cosmetics foundation brush, rounded face brush, and we're gonna blend this out. And when I do makeup, I try to refrain from putting so much foundation under my eyes, if any at all. Just because foundation on top of concealer, on top of powder, just equals cake. Period. I'm actually gonna mix a lighter shade on top of this, just because it's a little dark for me. Just to kind of lighten this up a little bit, because this one is a little dark for me right now. And with makeup, there's no right or wrong way to makeup. Everybody is different. Everybody has different techniques. Everybody has different things that they like. Everybody don't like full coverage. Everybody don't like heavy makeup. Everybody don't like certain things. So it's no right or wrong way to how you do your makeup, how you feel beautiful. Now that we have our foundation all together, I like to do my highlight and contour together. I use the Beauty Bakery concealers today. I actually love these. I'm gonna go in with the shades 5 and 7. So I'm gonna go in with 5 first, and I'm gonna just kind of keep it here, and then we're gonna go in with 5. And I kind of like to line the bridge of my nose with it to prepare for that contour. So while I let that dry, I'm gonna go ahead and carve out my cheeks. I like to use black opal foundation sticks as my contour. So we're just gonna carve out the high points, middle points of our cheeks, and I like to dab mine on there. So I go there, I go on the high points of my cheeks. Sometimes I do a little bit from the ear on the jawbone. And that's all we're going to do there. We're gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury spray just to kind of melt things together. Blending process is key. So the blending process, if you blend to your arms here, baby. You don't want to get in certain type of lightings and see dark, see where stuff is, lines of demarcation, all that type of stuff. So let's go in with this curved fluffier brush. This is also a BH Cosmetics brush. This is an angled contour brush. And we're just gonna pat. I like to pat upwards to get rid of that line. Some people like to blend out their concealer first, but I like to do my contour first, and then that way my concealer just kind of lays on top of it. And I also do recommend using good lighting. Lighting is key when it comes to makeup too, because in certain lights, certain things look different. So I always recommend checking your makeup. If you did it in a dim bathroom, baby, turn your flashlight on and check behind yourself, you know? We're gonna go in and blend out our concealer. I like to use a sponge sometimes. I also like to use a powder puff sometimes as well. I also like to use a brush. It really just depends on what mood I'm in. Only thing I find with beauty blenders, with them being wet, sometimes it can leave like patches in my makeup. So I'm going to use the powder sponge for today, but it's also very precise for me because you can literally go ahead and start to form out your nose contour like with this. Let your concealer sit, but don't let it sit too long to where it dries. And it also depends on what concealer you are using. If you are using Tarte, do not let that concealer sit that long. You will not be able to move, maneuver, or manipulate that concealer in any type of way. And until you can't blend no more. Even when you feel like you blend a little bit more, because you never know. And you can use multiple tools to blend. You can use a brush and a sponge. You can use a powder puff in a sponge. You can use your fingers in a sponge, or it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way to use tools. We're blending, guys. We are blended. I like to go in and I like to go ahead and do my nose contour at this point. And I'm gonna go from my brow. I like to kind of blend into my brow, and I'm gonna bring it on down. And I use a brush. I used to use the actual stick, but I noticed that used to look too harsh. Being a makeup artist, you learn different things as you go, whether it's trying it on yourself or trying it on other people. And if you feel like your nose contour is too wide, you can always go back in with your powder puff and just kind of shape it out again. That's why I don't set before I do this part, just because you can still finagle with your product. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this concealer here. I'm gonna use the lighter one that we used. I'm gonna use a little bit on the bridge of the nose, like barely, and then a little bit on the tip of the nose. We're gonna let that dry for a little bit. While we're sitting here, we're gonna go ahead and do our blush. This is the new Danessa Myricks limited edition blush. I'm so excited because it's pink. So Danessa, if you ever see this, girl, I love you. This is the blush that we're gonna be using. It's called It Girl, and it is pink. She's pink. I'm gonna take this brush right here. This is also a Japanese brush. A lot of the Japanese brushes you can find at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. And we're just gonna dab into this. Now these are cream blushes. These are not powder blushes. So you will have to go over and set blush is so pretty. And of course we're gonna go over these with some powder. Like a powder puff, you can blend it out with that just to kind of mesh the blush and concealer together. And I do take my blush up pretty high. That is stunning. Stunning. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and blend out this nose contour. I'm just gonna take a flat brush, keep it on the nose. You could also use your powder puff for this. All right, so this is what we're looking like so far. I'm just gonna blend that blush in at the temples a little bit more. But I feel like we are giving. We are giving. Okay, so let's go ahead and set. We're gonna use Sweet Honey by One Size. So I like to set with two different powders. I like to set with loose first, and then I like to go in with the pressed powder. It just, I don't know what it does. I learned that actually from one of my coworkers when I worked at Sephora. She told me that trick, and I have not went back since. All that excess, you kind of just tap it on your hand if you need to, and we are just going to set. I said everywhere you put concealer, so under your eyes, on your forehead. I kind of cut my cheeks a little bit, even though I didn't put no product right there, just to kind of carve out my contour. We cut right there. I'm not really a baker. I let it sit for a little bit, but I don't bake like heavily. It's just not me. But I do like to make sure everything is set. We are going to go ahead and bronze our face up a little bit. Two recommendations I use for bronzing. One being the Juvia's Place bronzer duos. If you haven't got your hands on any of these, I don't know what you're doing. Also, these are oldie but a goodie. I don't even know if Morphe still sells these, but these bronze, I like to use these on clients. It comes with your blush, it comes with your bronzer, it comes with it all. Well, I think I am going to use this one today. We're gonna go in with this Sephora brush, 55. This is the 55. And I'm gonna go into the middle two bronzing shades because I don't want it too deep. And I'm gonna just kind of mix those together. And we're just gonna, I like to go in a circular motion. So we're done with the Morphe one. The Morphe one was all over the face. Now I'm gonna go in with the dark bronze palette by Juvia's, and I'm gonna go into the bottom shade of this one, and we're gonna do our nose. Morphe 506, and we're just gonna go into it, and we are going to contour our nose. Alrighty, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna spray more of our Charlotte Tilbury. The Charlotte Tilbury to me is not a setting spray, it's really a melting spray. And we're also gonna go in with the Sephora micro smoothing powder. This is what gives you face. This is what gives you face, baby. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and take just an all over face brush, and we're gonna blend everything in. So what we're gonna do is go in with our micro smoothing powder. And this is in the shade Mocha 70, and I just like to take that all over the face. I'm gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury to fix my under eye, and I'm gonna go in with a brush. This is my second powder that I'm setting with. It gives a look. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it gives a look. We are gonna go over that blush. I'm gonna use volume 5 of the Juvia's Place blush palettes. We're gonna just use this fluffy brush. I'm gonna use that bottom shade. That's what we're using today for blush. And I'm a blush girl, so blush is blush. Like, we're gonna be blushed up. Kind of run it across my nose a little bit too. We are gonna go in with my favorite palette, the new Persuasion palette by Beauty by Melissa, I think. This palette is definitely loved on. But we're gonna go in with these brown shades. Just take a fluffy brush and we're gonna go all over our lid. You're mainly using this mocha shade. I'm going with a little bit of this darker brown here. And that's all I do for the eyes, really. I'm gonna kind of take it into my brow a little bit more. But that's all I really do for the eyes. That's really it. All right, so now that we have gotten our face did, our eyes done, we are gonna go ahead and move into eyeliner. We're gonna be using One Size Point Made black eyeliner. This eyeliner, once it's on, it's on. It's on. Once it's on, it is on. And it's a gel eyeliner. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a puff just to kind of hold my eye still, and we're gonna line our eye. See how much of a difference that makes? That makes such a difference. Imagine with lashes on. It's finna eat. They also have a brown one. I'm gonna give y'all a little tip. If you're a person that likes to have your lip liner on all day, when you eat, when you drink, all of that, get you the brown one, baby, and use it as your lip liner. I'm gonna do a little bit of mascara, the Essence waterproof mascara, and we are gonna do top and bottom lashes. I'm gonna use this Ofra highlighter. It has multiple colors in it here, but I like to use the golden shade in there. And we're just gonna do a little bit of highlight. I'm not really a highlight girly like I used to be. Yeah, like the littlest bit, not even too much for real. I definitely like to put it on the tip of my nose, on the bridge of my nose. And I like to do it a little bit under my brows, a little bit. But now we're gonna go ahead and line our lips. We're going to go ahead and use the Juvia's one instead. The Juvia's one in brownie, and then I also found the Sephora one. This Sephora one's just a little bit darker. So I'm gonna just start with the Sephora one. I overline my lips. It doesn't look that bad. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of brownie. Not like you can see that for real, but. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and do our lips. First, I'm gonna go in with the MAC Retro Matte in Burnt Spice. This is what it looks like. We're gonna put that on first. I'm gonna just let that dry down a little bit. We're gonna go in with our Jaclyn one, because this one is like almost like a pure white nude. Alright, so now we're gonna go in with this Sephora gloss in the color Not Today. I'm just go right over the center. Let's go ahead and spray the face. One being the Revolution Super Fix spray. And I like to also spray the One Size Beauty. So now we're gonna go in with this One Size On Until Dawn. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop on my lashes, and then we will be right back to close out this video and show you guys the final look. You guys, so this is the ending soft glam look. Of course, this is a full soft glam. If you want it a little softer, you could definitely do it softer. I am a makeup artist. So if you are in the Atlanta area and you need a makeup artist, hit me up. Comment under this video. Or if you're a girly girl that just likes makeup, comment under this video. Yeah, so this is the soft glam look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully I was thorough enough. Hopefully that you guys could kind of understand the process and everything. I really do enjoy doing makeup. Makeup is therapeutic for me. If you guys love this video, let me know if you guys want more videos. I do different types of looks. I can do extravagant looks, colorful looks, bright looks. If you want to see more and you want to learn more, please comment down below. Let me know. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you a part of the gang, a part of the family, if you know what I mean. And if you're a returning subscriber, I thank you for returning. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this video quits, and I shall see you guys in my next video.